estabas viendo el mundial. That is the...
Yeah. We'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text SLASH to 321321. That's slash to 321321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Glad you're here at 10:38. Traffic and weather on the 8s, and when it breaks, Carlos Ramirez in the traffic center.
Thanks, Dimitri. The southbound side of the Baltimore-Washington Parkway still dealing with the accident scene along the left-hand side of the roadway. Looks like all lanes remain blocked, but traffic is being detoured onto 450, so follow police direction as needed there. You've got delays starting off at right about Riverdale Road, all the way down towards 202. Again, all lanes are blocked there. You're going to have to follow the posted detour right now. If you're headed northbound, doesn't seem to be affected, though you are seeing delays in either direction here on DC 295. Looks like you're headed southbound. You're going to see brake lights right after East Capitol Street. If you're headed northbound, you're going to see delays from about Pennsylvania Avenue. Sounds like this might be an accident scene north of Pennsylvania Avenue, so do watch out for that one. Southeast-Southwest Freeway looks pretty good in Virginia. The southbound side of 395, just a single lane getting by along the right-hand side. You got delays from just before Glebe Road all the way down towards King Street. Very slow going through there. I-95 looks pretty good. Any delays we had through Fredericksburg have cleared, except southbound. We got a new accident scene just after the exit for 17 there, just across the Rappahannock River Bridge. You're going to see some crash activity along the right-hand side. 66 looks pretty good back in Maryland, the northbound side of 29, dealing with an accident scene right by Greencastle Road. Thank you to the listener for giving us the info on that one. If you're headed through Burtonsville, northbound 29, right at Greencastle Road, you got an accident scene at the intersection, more so towards the left. Looks like traffic is getting by along the right-hand side. Be ready for any weather with Crop Metcalf's $99 heating and cooling check. 1-800-GO-CROP or visit cropmetcalf.com. Crop Metcalf, home of the 5-star technician, Carlos Ramirez, WTOP Traffic.
Storm Team 4, 4-day forecast now. Mike Steniford.
Look for clear skies across the region tonight, and it is going to be rather chilly, as cold as the upper 20s to lower 30s across the northern and western suburbs, and across the rest of the region we'll see lows in the mid to upper 30s. After a chilly start, Thanksgiving Day tomorrow looks great. Lots of sunshine and mild, a few afternoon clouds. Highs upper 50s to lower 60s, well above our normal high of around 54 degrees. Showers on Friday with the front coming through. They will come to an end by early afternoon. Skies will clear by late in the day. It'll turn breezy behind the front. We'll get up to a high in the upper 50s. Not much cold air behind this front, so look for sunshine to return on Saturday, and highs will stay in the upper 50s. Low pressure brings rain Sunday morning. It'll taper off then by early afternoon. Skies will clear. Kind of breezy. Highs mid-upper 50s. And for sunshine on Monday, highs will be in the upper 50s to lower 60s. I'm Storm Team 4 meteorologist Mike Steniford.
Chantilly at 35. Penn Quarter with 43 degrees. Columbia 41. Some of us down to 28 in the suburbs. It's 10:41. Election 2022 on WTOP. Alaska Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski has won re-election, defeating a fellow Republican who was endorsed by former President Trump. It has taken a while to get the final results now that the state uses ranked choice voting. Also out of Alaska, Democratic Congresswoman Mary Peltola has been elected to a full term in the House, months after the Alaska Democrat won a special election to the seat following the death of longtime Congressman Don Young. Peltola also defeated a Trump-backed candidate. And Republican Mike Dunleavy wins re-election for governor of Alaska. It appears there is trouble within the January 6th House Committee investigating the Capitol riot. It surrounds one of the panel's Republican members, Liz Cheney of Wyoming, who is the vice chair. The Washington Post has spoken with 15 current and former staffers who are concerned Cheney is focusing too much on former President Trump in the panel's final report. They also complain the panel has morphed into a vehicle for Cheney's political future. The staffers say important findings unrelated to Trump won't be available to the American public. Cheney's office has issued a blistering response, saying in part that Trump is the first American president to try to overturn an election, so, quote, damn right Liz is prioritizing Trump to ensure it never happens again. An update now from the New York City Police Department ahead of tomorrow's much-loved Thanksgiving Day parade that so many of us will watch on TV.
There are no credible or specific threats to New York City.
NYPD Commissioner Keyshawn Sewell is trying to ease the minds of millions who will line the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade route in Midtown Manhattan, some of whom come from all over the world.
We know that all throughout the holiday season, millions of people will be coming to New York City, and we want them to know that the greatest police department in the world is supporting them.
It's a 2.5-mile procession featuring 16 giant character balloons, 28 floats, and 12 marching bands. Matt Piper, CBS News, New York.
What does your holiday budget look like this year? A new national survey finds a lot of us are cutting back on the gift giving. WTOP's Stetson Miller looks into those numbers.
Santa might be a little stingier this year.
Inflation is definitely a guest at a lot of people's holiday celebrations this year.
Wallet Hub analyst Jill Gonzalez says their survey found that 50% of people will be less generous with holiday gifts because of inflation.
Things are more expensive. There has been layoffs in the past few weeks that I think have people a little bit more on edge.
40% of those surveyed also said they're planning to forego gifts altogether because of inflation. Gonzalez says existing debt is another factor for people that will likely impact holiday spending. Stetson Miller, WTOP News.
Both the Caps and Wizards had battles on their hands in their respective games tonight. Rob will update us coming up.
We've been together for 30 years.
35.
35 years together, and never an argument.
Oh, we fight a lot.
That we couldn't settle. But we finally agreed on cannabis, of all things.
Our friends had had a good experience with it, so we decided to give it a shot.
And we both agreed we didn't want to go sit in some doctor's office with a bunch of masked strangers waiting for a medical cannabis card.
We did.
Oh, thank you.
So we went to veryhill.com and qualified online for our medical cannabis cards in just a few minutes. The simple payment plan made it very manageable.
Yeah, woman gets what she wants.
I'm a force of nature.
Join the millions of people who qualified online for a medical cannabis card with VeriHeal. One low fee covers the cost of consultation and the card. And if you don't qualify, your fee is refunded 100%. Get started today with easy financing. Visit VeriHeal now. That's VeriHeal. VeriHeal.com.
Sports at 15 and 45, powered by Maximus. Moving people and technology forward.
10:45. Let's go to Rob Woodfork.
All right, the Capitals and Wizards both had late rallies, but only one completed the comeback. It was the Caps. They snapped a 4-game slide with a 3-2 overtime win over the Flyers, thanks to Sonny Milano's equalizer with 3 minutes to go in the third period, and Alex Ovechkin would score the game winner in OT. It's his 790th career goal to pull him within 11 of Gordie Howe for the second most goals in NHL history. But in Miami, the shorthanded Wizards trailed by as many as 21. They took a fourth quarter lead before falling to the Heat 113-105. Yet another lackluster first half. Did you in, Kyle Kuzma?
Just our energy and our physicality. I think if you look at the 2 games that we played the Heat so far this year, it's really been the same story. We won one, but if you look at it, both first halves, we were down 15, 16 points and not playing to our level. And it really allowed them to get confidence to get early and just to play with a lead from the entire game. And it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, but Kuzma, he was disastrous from three-point range. He missed, he went 2 for 13 from deep, but led the Wizards with 33 points. It's actually, for those of you who keep track of this, it's the Wizards' first loss of the season after in a game in which Kuzma scored 20 or more. Another tough loss in the Patrick Ewing era. Georgetown, American, erased a 16-point deficit. They get their first win over the Hoyas in 40 years, 74-70. The Washington Commanders, they aren't playing in any of the NFL's 3 Thanksgiving Day games tomorrow, so like us, they'll be with family breaking bread, and Carson Wentz will be hosting a number of his teammates.
Circumstances shouldn't change who you are as a person, whatever that means, whatever that looks like. And at the same time, my wife's planned everything for Thanksgiving, so I can take 0 credit for that. I'll just show up and eat really good, so.
Oh, I can relate to that. Taylor Heineke said he'll be there, and Carson might have to call an audible on the menu after this Heineke hot take.
See, I'm a big ham guy. I really have ham and turkey. Obviously the stuffing, pumpkin pie at the end. So it'll be a good deal. Maybe a couple Busch Lights.
Yeah, we had this debate in the newsroom, Dimitri. I don't think the ham over turkey thing is, that's not a thing in my household.
Right, not for Thanksgiving anyway.
No. And he would go on to say, Heineke, that he's a texture guy, so he's pretty particular about his Thanksgiving Day foods, apparently. Rob Woodfork, WTOP Sports.
Top stories we're following for you here on WTOP. Walmart confirms the man who gunned down 6 co-workers, then killed himself, was a store manager, 31-year-old Andre Bing. A Wavy TV reporter is telling WTOP tonight a law enforcement source says the shooter may have had a manifesto on his phone. The manifesto is said to have included grievances about recent changes in employment status and him being harassed by fellow Walmart associates. The suspect in the deadly mass shooting at a Colorado Springs gay nightclub has been ordered held without bail. Anderson Aldridge could be charged with hate crimes along with 5 counts of murders. 5 counts of murder, I should say. DC Public School and Teachers Union. DC Public Schools and the Teachers Union have reached a tentative deal on a new 4-year contract. It features a 12% pay raise over the term of the deal with a 4% retention bonus, the first teacher raises in the city in 3 years. Stay with WTOP for more about these stories in minutes. Traffic and weather on the 8s and when it breaks.